Good afternoon. We are from Chirpy Consulting. Our analysis today will cover the key strategy challenges that Carousel faces in the Southeast Asia market and our proposed solutions on how Carousels could overcome these challenges.
The first challenge facing Carousel is that given the intense competition in the consumer-to-consumer e-commerce marketplace industry in Southeast Asia, how can Carousel effectively differentiate itself from its competitors? The intense competition in the C2C e-commerce industry in Southeast Asia is clear when we apply the Porter's 5 Forces framework to the industry. So first, we can see that the threat of entry is high. There are low capital requirements to start an e-commerce platform business, and also there are few significant regulations that would restrict newcomers. Second, the threat of rivalry is also high, given the numerous competitors in the C2C e-commerce industry, such as Shopee, Taobao, and Facebook Marketplace. Many of these competitors are owned by larger firms that have more resources at their disposal. The industry growth for the e-commerce industry in Southeast Asia is attractive. It is estimated to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of approximately 32% until 2025, according to a report by Temasek Holdings and Google. Carousel needs to defend against the forces that present the highest threats, namely the threat of entry and the threat of rivalry. Carousel must adopt a strategic position that allows it to stand out from both existing and future competitors in the C2C e-commerce industry. This table shows the key differences between Carousel and its key competitors. Carousel's platform operates like an online flea market where individual buyers and sellers interact directly and negotiate over the final price and terms of sale. On Shopee and Taobao's online marketplaces, listed prices are non-negotiable, leaving less room for buyer-seller interactions. Facebook Marketplace operates localized market platforms similar to Carousel, but it leverages on Facebook's existing huge user base. None of the platforms currently charge transaction fees, and each firm relies on secondary services for revenue. In terms of the exchange of goods and cash, Carousel lags behind both competitors, Shopee and Taobao, because it does not provide logistics and payment services for users while its competitors do. On Carousel, users must agree on the terms of delivery and payment by themselves. This creates obstacles for users as there may be conflicts in determining the final agreement, and also more time has to be spent traveling to meet counterparties to facilitate the transfer of goods and payment. Shopee and Taobao, however, offer a smoother overall experience where the purchaser simply makes online payment and the goods are transported directly to the purchaser. Carousel's current online marketplace concept is not unique. Facebook is able to replicate a similar marketplace structure based on direct buyer-seller interactions and negotiations. Carousel needs a unique system of activities to help it to stand out from its competitors.
The second challenge that Carousel faces is in relation to the nature of the e-commerce industry. The e-commerce industry is dynamic and unpredictable. Consumers' preferences and trends changes frequently, with new fads emerging and current ones fading away. New models and ideas that change the nature of e-commerce industry also emerge constantly. For example, many e-commerce platforms offer a variety of payment methods, such as the use of credit cards, third-party payment platforms like PayPal or Alipay, or credits that are tied to benefits and rewards. Another example is that many e-commerce platforms also gather consumers' data and use them to create personalized pages and recommendations for individual users to promote more sales. It is also estimated that 59% of online shoppers believe that it is easier to find more interesting products on a personalized online retail store. As such, how can Carousel continue to capture new opportunities to thrive in this ever-changing industry without becoming obsolete? To capture new opportunities, it is therefore crucial that Carousel continue to stay on the edge of chaos in the e-commerce industry, and to do this, Carousel needs to probe the market to uncover new opportunities instead of focusing only on planning and reacting to the market. As the e-commerce industry is constantly changing, Carousel needs to have the necessary resources to capture new opportunities in a chaotic environment. This will imply the need for greater flexibility in their funding and resources. However, Carousel's main avenue of financial resources come from funds by venture capitalists and investors including Rakuten, Sequoia Capital, Golden Gate Ventures, and 500 startups. These sources are one-time inputs which may or may not be secure in the future. This thus sees the need for Carousel to adopt some form of self-sustainability in their solutions.
Our solution has three parts. The first is about enhancing personal interaction through the use of live videos. To differentiate from its competitors, we propose that Carousel further enhance the personal interaction between buyers and sellers by adding a live video call feature, similar to that of WhatsApp, Skype, or FaceTime. There is an important added value of being able to see and interact with a person via video. First, it allows the two parties to better assess the trustworthiness of each other without meeting in person. And second, the negotiation is immediate and non-real time, reducing the waiting time of text messages, which makes the whole process faster, and increasing the success rate of the transactions. This represents an ulterior step towards enhancing and improving personal interaction, which helps improve the experience for both buyers and sellers, and in turn helps Carousel differentiate from its competitors, as none offers such feature at the moment. The second part of the solution is a one-day delivery service and a payment solution. To further differentiate from its competitors, we propose that Carousel establish a partnership with Lalamove, a logistics startup which recently entered the Singaporean market, to provide buyers with an additional quick transportation solution within one working day for nearly any product with the exception of automobiles. Buyer and seller should mutually agree on the use of the service, and the cost, which would include a commission for Carousel, would be equally split among the two parties. With the option to provide logistics services, Singaporeans can avoid time spent traveling to meet up. We believe that then they will value such convenience and engage. Let's understand why. Singaporeans work the longest hours in the world. This translates into an average of nearly 11 working hours per day, which portrays the busy schedule Singaporeans have. Remember, time is money. Currently, the average Singaporean makes nearly $25 per hour. So assuming that the overall meeting time is 1 hour, the opportunity cost of such meeting for both parties is an average $25. The cost of the transportation for each party would be relatively lower. Therefore, making use of such transportation system will prove as a time-money advantage, which Singaporeans will appreciate due to their relevant busy schedules. Furthermore, adding this transportation option makes the process more secure, helping prevent scams through an alert penalization system. It would work the following way. If, hypothetically, a seller failed at delivering the product, the Lalamove employee involved would directly inform Carousel and the seller would immediately be penalized. If any seller gets more than 3 penalizations, he or she will be immediately banned from using the app again. Finally, the commission Carousel earns from this service will represent a new source of revenue for the company, helping the company become financially self-sustainable over time. In order to effectively use this same-day delivery service, it is necessary to have an online payment solution for transactions on the platform. Therefore, we propose that Carousel establish strategic partnerships with third-party payment systems such as Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal to provide an effective payment solution. In order to cover for the fees payable of the payment companies, Carousel will charge users who choose the same-day delivery an extra amount which will be added to the logistics fee.
The third part is about staying on the edge of chaos. Carousel can adopt a low-cost way of probing to focus on uncovering important unknowns in future. One area which we see potential in developing is to incorporate features of social media into the buying and selling platform. The reason why we should develop a social media aspect is to build a stronger community by retaining and attracting more users with the social network effect. We can study and analyze how Carousel user base interact with each other, and if such an offering is well received. Start with a newsfeed feature for users, where it displays the sharings and recommendations of products by their own group of friends. Much like the Instagram feature of liking an item and sharing the picture, users will be able to do so for the products they come across which then will be fed to the newsfeed of the receiving party. This may result in a few benefits which we are trying to uncover. On the same site market, users may be drawn by their friends' sharings and recommendations, and they will be exposed and encouraged to consider more relevant listings. This should increase the frequency of successful transactions. Friends would also bring their other friends on board, expanding the user base. On the cross-site market, while users may value push information by their trusted friends, this inevitably will drive more quality and desired sellers on the platform. Sellers can also benefit because selling to a single buyer actually exposes the seller to a social network of the buyer. In conclusion, we identified two key challenges, which is how Carousell can be differentiated in the face of intense competition, as well as Carousell being able to stay relevant and thrive in a dynamic C2C e-commerce industry. Our integrated solution aims to provide the overarching theme of enhancing user experience. It aims to improve personal interaction through a video call feature and offer convenience through a same-day delivery option. The implementation of a newsfeed that features sharings and recommendations by friends aims to strengthen the community of buyers. As a whole, our solution aims to enhance user experience to differentiate Carousell from competitors, to stay on the edge of chaos, and to capture new opportunities to thrive in the dynamic e-commerce industry.